everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to take care of your body and your mind and your health overall during the months of spring. Spring is going to extend until mid-May, so all the things that you need to take care of your body during spring is what I'm going to mention in this video. I'm Dr. Rekha and I'm a 4th generation Ayurvedic doctor, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe right now because here we talk about all things real Ayurveda and not fancy Ayurveda or commercial Ayurveda. Very real Ayurveda. But before I start with the spring regimen, you may be wondering, why do we have this summer regimen, spring regimen, winter regimen? Why are we supposed to do all of this based on the seasons? In addition to that, Ayurveda also talks about morning routine, evening routine, nighttime routine. Why all of this? Let me explain. Let's look at the universe. In the universe, we have planets, we have satellites, we have living things like plants, animals, reptiles, different kinds of flora and fauna. If you look at each of these, everything follows a certain routine. Look at the sun. It rises in the east every day. It never skips one day. Every animal goes to bed at the same time every day. They try to eat at the same time every day. Everything has a routine except us human beings who sleep even at 12 o'clock in the afternoon without any problem. That is something that we shouldn't do. You have to wake up before the sun comes out. You have to have your dinner before the sun goes down. All of these, if you look at it, has an underlying reason. And that underlying reason is, when you are aligned with the universe, there is balance inside our body, and when there is balance inside our body, our Agni or your digestive fire or your gut health is the best. And when your gut health is the best, you stay free of diseases. You prevent disease. That is why all these routines are important. Ritucharya means the things that you have to do every season. Ayurveda divides time into 3 divisions. One is days, the second is months, and then we have the year. Days are divided into 2 sections, Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha, means night and day. Months are divided into time from new moon to full moon to new moon. The year. Every year is divided into 2 parts. First 6 months and the last 6 months. First 6 months has 3 seasons, last 6 months has 3 seasons. First 6 months are the hot seasons, last 6 months are the cold seasons. In the first 6 months, the sun moves in the northward direction, and in the last 6 months, the sun moves in the southward direction. During this northward direction movement of the sun, we call it as Uttarayana, and we have the hot seasons. And spring, summer, dewy season are all coming under the hot season. Winter, autumn and rainy season comes under the cold seasons. So in this video we are going to talk about spring season, which coincides with the northward movement of the sun, so the days are longer and it is warmer. During spring season, people with allergies, allergic rhinitis, people with postnatal drip, people with sinusitis, all of these conditions get flared up. People with asthma, people with tendency to get cough and cold often will get more cough and cold during these months. You will have more mucus during these months. Why? What is the reason? The reason is because we are coming from a colder season now to a spring season. So now in spring season, you may have noticed that this temperature has become a little warm. So when there is heat from the sun more, the kapha melts. When kapha melts, it leads to decrease in the Agni or your digestive fire. What it means is, Roga sarve api mande agnu. Every disease is because of a low digestive fire. So when you have low digestive fire, what will happen? You will get all the diseases. Your immunity goes down. So you are susceptible to catch everything that is going around. So that's why your allergic rhinitis gets flared up, sinusitis gets flared up, you have constant sneezing that gets flared up. All these mucus related upper respiratory tract issues you will get more during this time because the kapha is melting and your Agni is low and your immunity is low. Okay, let us start with 2 practices that Ayurveda mentions to do during this season. One is Nasya. You may have heard Nasya. So Nasya is in 2 forms. One is Marsha Nasya, which is a complicated form, and Pratimashanasya, which is a mild form. If you're somebody having chronic sinusitis and chronic allergic rhinitis and such conditions, you have to do Marshanasya, which I will explain to you in detail in another video. But generally, for the larger population, we just have to do Pratimarshanasya, which is the everyday Nasya. How to do everyday Nasya? For this, you need one thing, which is Nasya oil. I make one Nasya oil in my clinic. You can find it in the description. Just WhatsApp that number and you can just get the Nasya oil. If you don't get it, you can even try Anutaila. The problem with Anutaila is it is very spicy for somebody who is trying to use it for the first time. Nasya oil, it is mild, it is not spicy, but it is more effective than Anutaila. So you take the bottle, dip it in hot water so that it becomes a little loose, and then close one nostril and use 2 drops like that, and then do it on the other nostril. So this is how you do Nasya. Now, 2 things you have to be careful about. If you are somebody who has just delivered, who is pregnant, if you are somebody above 70 years of age, Nasya is not good for you. You shouldn't do any cold practices during Nasya. If you're doing Nasya at 7 a.m. in the morning, you should take shower, do exercise, do something that makes you sweat. All of that you have to do 1 hour before Nasya or 1 hour after Nasya. You shouldn't mix Nasya with any of the cold practices. If you're somebody who does the yogic way of Jalaneti, etc., don't do it along with Nasya. So if one day you are doing Nasya, that day don't do Jalaneti, because these two are 2 different practices. Like I always say, yoga and Ayurveda are not sister sciences, they are distant relatives. The same applies to Nasya and Neti as well. Nasya and Neti, you cannot combine it together on one day, you can do it on different days. The next treatment that is mentioned in Ayurveda is Udvartana. If you're somebody who gets a lot of massages done, oil massages, etc., during this time, go easy on massages, because when you put oil on your body, it is a kapha increasing practice, and during the spring we are trying to reduce the kapha, so you cannot do oil massages. Instead, do Udvartana or dry powder massage. Now, how to do dry powder massage? You need 2 things for this. You need organic black sesame oil. You just have to tap it on your skin. Take horse gram, powder it, and you will get this white powder. Use it on your skin and massage with it. And you have to make sure that when you massage, it has to be in the opposite direction of the growth of your hair. Beyond a treatment to be done during spring, it is also good for people who are diabetic, people who have hypothyroidism, people who are overweight, and also it's good to reduce the cellulite and mobilize the fat in the body. It's an amazing treatment you can do at home. You just need horse gram powder and the organic black sesame oil. You can get it either from my clinic or you can just get the normal black sesame oil, which is also fine. So these are the 2 charyas that Ayurveda mentions to follow during spring. Now coming to food, barley. Barley is one food item that Ayurveda mentions you have to have during spring because it is extremely kapha reducing. People who are obese, people who find it hard to lose weight, people who have diabetes, all these people should include barley every day in their diet. So it can be in the form of a barley soup or a barley porridge, or you can even have barley water. Whichever is fine for you, please make sure that you consume barley at least once a day during spring because it is amazing to bring up your digestive fire and reduce kapha. The next thing Ayurveda mentions is honey. Honey, if you get it in the purest form. So now this is another thing, right? We don't get good quality honey. Whichever honey comes packaged with all those labels and all of that, don't buy it at all. If you have access to honeybees, you know somebody who makes honey from the honeybees and directly gives it to you without adding anything, and if you trust it completely, then have the honey. Because these days honey is very much adulterated and it comes with a lot of sugar and all of that added. It's one of the very famous Ayurvedic brands that sells honey. You know, the price is also like very less and it comes in a packaged form. It's mentioned at the back, do not use if you are diabetic, not good for diabetic patients. However, according to Ayurveda, honey is extremely good for diabetic patients. Honey is supposed to be Agra Aushadha for diabetic patients. But unfortunately, if you don't have access to fresh raw honey, don't have it, because that can increase your diabetes because it is not fresh and raw. It goes through so much of processes to be bottled in that form, so don't take it. So during spring, every day you can have 1 spoon of honey without fail. If you have kids at home, 100% give them this raw fresh honey. It's amazing for them. During spring, Ayurveda mentions a specific drink to have during the day. It is just like a flavored water which keeps your doshas down and improves your Agni. Drink is called Shadanga Paniya with 6 herbal ingredients. If you would like to try this, go to the description and WhatsApp the number. You can get Shadanga Paniya at home. So what you have to do is you can boil water and then add Shadanga Paniya, just 1 teaspoon in 1 liter water, and just drink it throughout the day, and that will be your water replacement. This water can also be used later when we have rainy season as well. If you're not from India and you don't have access to Shadanga Paniya, what you can do is you can just have dry ginger water, which is the second best option. Dry ginger water you can make, just take this 1-inch piece of dry ginger stick, add 2 glasses of water, boil it and reduce to 1 glass and have that. That is very good for improving your digestive fire. You may have seen that during spring season, mango trees suddenly bloom. They have a lot of flowers, tender flowers. Ayurveda mentions a herbal wine to be made from tender flowers of mango trees, and that can be consumed during spring. Ayurveda mentions one season where exercises are mandatory and no negotiation, and that is spring season. Because when the kapha is so high, the body has to break down the kapha. And the easiest way to break down the kapha, which is called chedana, breaking, phedana, cutting, this process can be done with the help of exercise. So do some form of exercises every day during spring. Last but not least, if you have the habit of taking that small nap, small beauty sleep every day in the afternoon, during spring season, it is not advisable to take a nap during the day. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoy my videos. Please send me feedback, send me comments. You can follow me on Instagram where I post daily. More videos coming soon. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends and family about what they can do to take care of their health during spring season. Thank you so much.